life.
I don't have much work stuff just because like we like it's day one. But
I bailed out on my jobs today. I pushed them to tomorrow.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. I should have done that for yesterday, and I didn't. Not like I had a week worth of whatever, but it just would have been nice to just have the house to myself for a few hours.
Hell yeah.
Instead of pick the day where the kids like have half a day.
Boo.
So they were done at 12.
Boo.
Yeah. That's all right. It's all right.
Just grab a chat. Yeah, but I'm like just super thrilled because like our new arm, like she's like on the ball. She's like doing like on viewings. She's doing applications on fucking week 2, and I'm like, you make me think of me when like I first started out because like
ambitious.
She's just a go-getter. I'm like, yes, this is what I needed. What's up, Goofin? You back home?
Goof.
You back home? How was the convention? Not a convention, but like you know what I mean. Convention? No, it's not called a convention. Seminar? Something like that. Exhausting and so boo. Trade show. That's the wording I'm looking for. I couldn't think of that exact word. I'm like, it's something in that field. I'm joining your world. Let's see if I end up underwater again. Because I keep going underwater.
Maneuvering chat. I've got it officially up.
Oh.
There we go.
Goofin, we gotta arrange a time for you to come over, and then we can have some dinner, and you can get your little things. Time change message. Gross. 3 a.m. That's gross. Oh, the boy. Oh, he was singing and talking away, and he did what he usually does, which he. Whenever we go like on a trip and come back, he's like in like I'm keeping an eye on you mode. Like I'm not letting you out of my fucking sight right now. And this happens every single night whenever we come home. Every hour, the entire night, he will come in and meow meow meow, cuddle me. Are you guys still you guys still here? Every hour, which I'm fine with because I'm like, he's had a rough week, okay? Yeah. I will accept it. Like, he's
been lonely.
He's been lonely. He's been panicky. He's probably, like, he should know now that, like, we're going to come home, but I think he still gets weird. Know.
The boy cuddles are never rejected,
right? Never rejected. I'll always accept the boy cuddles.
Aw, the boy.
The boy sleeping on the couch, like, right over there.
Atta boy.
Atta boy. Yeah, thank you so much for coming and checking on him. He appreciates it, and we also appreciate it. Oh, there's a bird. I guess we have a bird to kill on this island.
Oh, yes, that's right.
My bow is almost broken, so that would be really silly to go do that now. Oh, yeah, we updated the thingy. Yes. Cool.
Yeah, Patrick, that's so cute. He has it down.
He's so skilled. He's such a skilled guy.
I love that.
What a funny guy.
Yeah.
What a trip, though. What a trip.
Tell us, Stream, about your week.
How do I even start? Like, we went so fucking hard for an entire week. The only downtime, quote unquote, we really had was when like we drove from Anaheim to you. Like that was pretty much the only downtime because you made us climb a freaking mountain.
I did. Technically a volcano.
Yeah, and I'm like, what the hell is this? What? Like, it wasn't.
It was worth it.
Yeah, it was totally worth it. Like, it wasn't that bad. Like, once like you got past like the first like little bit, because that first bit was like intense.
Like, what the fuck? We're going right just up this hill, or
like,
right up this mountain like this. Just like short, sweet little inclines, like going up rocks a little bit.
Like it was fine, but like at first I was like,
Like, what the fuck did she do to us?
like, why did she make us do this? But no. It was fine.
Seriously. I was laughing to myself, like, because you and I were sitting back kind of out of breath.
Oh
And
yeah.
I'm like, in my head, I'm like, maybe this wasn't a good idea. But then once we got to
No.
the top,
Totally
it was worth
worth
it. 'Cause the view was
The view was awesome.
pretty outstanding, you know? And we had a funny haha with some, I don't know. Were they all German? No, they were Canadian and German.
Well, I think most of them were German. I'm pretty sure because like the chick also had like a pretty thick accent. So maybe she was also German. I don't know.
Yeah, big time altitude because we're up at 6,500 feet.
Like
Which
this is gonna sound weird, but I could feel my pelvis like throb because of I don't know what, but like I don't know, but like I was like throbbing.
For sure.
It's weird because it's like what's down there that's like
what's throbbing?
What's throbbing?
Some
But
arteries. I think there's some pretty good arteries down there, right?
I'm sure,
Are
but
they
like
arteries?
it cracked me up because I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, like that.
We had
that
such
was awesome.
limited time up here, so it was like, what's the biggest bang for our
For a
not
buck, really.
but
Yeah.
buck, you know, like
Like our buck time.
that gives you a sense of what people do in Tahoe. It also gives you a sense of like a giant view of like how big the lake is, why it's
Yeah.
called the Lake of the Sky. Yeah, and we had a hilarious experience with the people because we asked them to take our picture, which
Oh, yeah.
I was like struggling to like interrupt them
Because like they
with
were
their
chatting.
conversation because they were chatting, and I said excuse me I think 3 times before they
Yeah.
actually heard me.
Yeah, you
And I
did.
felt like I wasn't quiet, but that's fine. And then I like loudly kind of said it, like not yell, but it was loud enough.
Yeah.
And they helped with the picture, and the gal took like 6 pictures of the ground and like her feet and our feet and like portions of the group. And then finally we had a couple like good shots. So either she was, I don't know, pushing the button while she was getting in position, or she just was really bad at taking pictures. I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna give her some credit and think maybe she was just pushing the button before it was ready.
It must have been. It really must have been. It sounds like there's a crisis going on there.
Yeah. So, but that was pretty freaking hilarious.
That was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just remember looking back at those pictures, like, what was she taking photographs of? So tell us about, I mean, I've heard it, but I'm okay with that. Tell us about, I'll hear it. I'll hear it all over again.
You'll hear it all
Disney.
over again. Good. Disney
Yes.
was fantastic. Like it's a weird feeling because like our whole thing was like we're gonna like go to more places than like Mexico, right? So then, but now I'm just like, how do I pick my choices without it being Disneyland? Like how do I not pick that again?
Every other year you go to Disney.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Disneyland was so Disney World. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like, I'm like, maybe we should go to like Disney World, like my next pick. You know?
That would be amazing. You should. Oh my gosh.
But like, I'm Disneyland. Okay, so like the day one we arrived on the Monday, and it was so fucking hot. Like it was ridiculous. Like it was around 45 for us, which I don't know what that is for you, but
God,
it was
that's
like
in the hundreds.
yeah, and it was gross. But like, of course, we get there, and I'm like, let's walk to Disney. Like
Let's check it out.
like I don't give a fuck. Like I'm like, let's go because I know there's stores like outside of the parks. So I'm like, let's go check out the ears.
Yes.
We like walk there, which like from where we were, it was like a 15-minute, like a 10-minute walk, you know? It wasn't that bad. But God, in that heat, I was dripping. Like
that's tough.
it was disgusting.
Yeah.
Disgusting. And yeah, so then we went up there, we checked around the stores, and then came back because we arrived there around we arrived at the hotel around 11-ish, and then our room wasn't ready until like maybe 3, so we had some time to kill. So then we just kind of went to back because we're like, it's too fucking hot.
Yeah, way too hot.
It's too hot. We can't do this. So then we went back. I was red. I was hot, and of course our sunscreen was like in the suitcase, and it didn't even cross my mind to take it out and put some on. Of course not.
You got a little burnt the first day, hey?
It wasn't that bad. Like
Not too bad.
Like,
I didn't notice when I saw you. So.
No, I got like some pretty like intense sunscreen because I'm like, I will not burn here. I will not ruin my own trip because I'm pasty white. Fuck no, That's not happening.
Yes.
So then I made sure I was like after that day I was like all lathered up and ready to go. So then the first night we went out and we ate at surprise Bubba Gump's. Because that's the law. When you're on a trip, Bubba Gump's is the way to go.
Yes. And it's phenomenal, by the way. I went to my very first one.
We took her to
Shelly
her
and Jordan
first Bubba Gump's. And it was so good.
In San Francisco. It was very good. Very, very good. In fact, I'm looking forward to the next time I get to go to one, so.
Speaking of times, I think we figured out the best, like, how much time to spend in each park, you know? Because, well, especially if you go as hard as, like on day one, I planned out our Disneyland trip of, like, we're going to do these rides on day one and then these rides on day two. Because I'm like, it's probably going to take that time, you know? Mm-hmm. Day one, by, like, 11 o'clock, we finished off day one rides. We finished them off, like, that fast. Like, we were booking it.
Shit.
Ooh, a boar. And so...
Oh, fuck.
So, like, we're all like, what do we do? So, like, we're like, oh, fuck it. Let's just work on day, like, day two rides on day one. By, like, maybe... I don't know, like 2 or 3-ish, those are done. We finished those.
That's good work.
Hell yeah.
Some stuff off.
And then, so then that day we're just like, fuck it, send it. We're gonna aim
Send
for
it.
all of the rides because why not?
I mean, if you made it that far in that time and did both days.
Exactly.
Planned in one day, that's huge.
It's huge. And like we actually went back to our hotel around, I want to say like 3 or 4-ish, like just for like a little break. And I found out my shoes I brought were terrible and my feet were pretty sore. Found out. I found out that my shoes were terrible because, like, I wore them.
Are falling off.
My feet are literally like crying, where I'm almost crying because of how bad they hurt. Because I wore them, but like not enough. It seems like, you know.
Yeah.
So, note to self, they were terrible, and so yeah. So then we like took a little break, and then we went back around 7 o'clock because like the sun's down, so we're like, yeah, it's gonna be cooler, which it was for sure. And then we rode a bunch of other rides that were not planned, but we're like, fuck it, send it.
Get it in there, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And like one of the rides that we had no plans to actually go on, mainly because like the lineup was always super long, and I was like, I don't understand why this ride line is so fucking long. I'm about to die from this boar.
Oh no, oh no.
Oh no, it's fine, it's fine.
I had to ditch.
It's fine. So, and which was Peter Pan ride. I was like, I just like, I know the movie is a fan. I'm a fan and all. It's just I'm like, why is this ride time so fucking long all the time? Like it's around 30 minutes. I'm 40 minutes, which like
it's a long time to wait.
It's a long time to like stand in line, and like this was one of the rides where like that time was the actual time, but like once like once we got on it, I'm like, I get it. I get the hype. This ride's amazing.
It's good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why we will not go on peak time. Fuck that
It's
shit.
smart not to. Yeah.
No way, Jose, am I doing that. And like that ride was beautiful and fantastic, and I would say definitely ride that ride.
Yes.
And then yeah, so we went on like so many rides that day. Went so hard.
Would you say that the Peter Pan one was one of your favorites?
Yes.
Or the favorite?
One of the favorites for sure.
Okay.
I don't know which one would be my favorite really. Like they were all they were all good. There's a couple of them where I'm like, I feel like we got to upgrade.
We need to upgrade this
We
shit.
need to upgrade like some of the shit. I understand. So, like a lot of them are like the original rides, but like some of the shit got to be like updated. Like for instance, that like a Mr. Toad ride. Who the fuck is Mr. Toad? I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand why like we're driving around, go like we're going to jail and then die and then go to hell. Like I don't understand.
That's
this
aggressive.
I know, and I'm like, what is this
that's how
ride?
the ride went. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's essentially the ride. But yeah,
That's
like
terrible.
I just feel like there's a lot they need to update.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
which like it sounds like they are going to. Like there's big plans, and I'm like, good. Like
yeah,
I
I'm
get
disappointed
it.
to hear that there were so many old rides actually from you guys. Like that kind of sucks because
Yeah.
it's just leaving a lot of Disney in the past. And as you said, like you
I
thought that.
I personally
Yeah,
feel
go ahead.
that if Walt was still here, everything would be updated like almost every year. I feel like he would be like, update this shit. We got new stuff. Let's go. Like, I don't think he would
Yeah.
keep it the same. Like, I don't
can-
know him, of course, but like,
Yeah.
I just feel like he would be that typed. Keep it fun. Keep it fresh. Let's go.
I meant to ask, did you guys do any? Did you see any Pixar type? characters?
That's in California Adventure, which is the park across from the park.
Oh, okay.
That's where all of that stuff is, which
Okay.
we think the best time frame for us, next time, is to spend one full day at Disneyland, and then a half day, and then a half day in California Adventure, and then a full day there.
That makes sense
For
Okay,
us
okay.
and our pace. But I gotta quickly pee. Like, it just suddenly,
Sure.
just punched me, like, in the face. And it's
Totally,
like,
go
you
for
gotta
it."
pee. So, BRB.
Oh, too good. Too good. Yeah. It sounds like they had a really good time at Disney. It's probably one of the biggest highlights of the trip from from hanging out with them and everything. But yeah, peaks. I can't even imagine standing in line for 2 to 3 hours for a ride like that. What a waste of a day. What a goddamn waste of a day. I mean, maybe not if the ride's worth it, but you don't get to ride it more than once. You know? And that's fine and all, but. So, if you've been before as well, right? Yes, that's what I'm understanding. I've never. Well, I guess if I have, I wouldn't be able to say I remember it because I was a baby. And I'll never forget, like, my mom and dad being, oh, you've been before. And I'm like, when? Like, as I'm a more conscious being. Oh, when you were like a year old. I was like, that doesn't count. That doesn't count at all. Rude. I drop off all these flowers. Nope, we had to save. Whee! The flowers in the flower box right here. So we've been making a bunch of paint. Boop. Oh no. Out of here, Bruce. Yeah, and yeah, they had a lot of fun at Disney for sure. It was a big weekend. I'm not gonna jump into that yet until Chelly gets back, but yeah, we had a good time as well. And the Tahoe lands and San Francisco as well. San Francisco was great. It was a lot of fun to experience the Golden Gate Bridge, some Alcatraz.
Hell yeah.
Fisherman's Wharf, all that jazz. I'm just like kind of gently recapping on that because I want to continue talking about the beginning parts of your trip. I didn't go into any detail.
Nice to put some little ears.
Look at that.
Trying to fit them on here.
Yeah. Oh, mine are in the bathroom. I should go get them.
Yes.
I will the next time I gotta go potty.
You showed it. We should just do the little ears. So I brought some extra money because I knew I'm gonna get ears, and I didn't because Jordan said I didn't have to do this, but I felt I had to do this because I'm gonna buy ears, and I don't want to spend our funds, So I'm I'm gonna bring my own separate little bit of cash because I know I'm going to get one ear per day maybe.
Yeah.
And
while you're there, of course.
Of course. So day one I got this beautiful Snow White ears, which are sparkly and just wonderful, and also the back is really cool.
Yeah. Ooh, pretty.
Yeah.
I saw them in person, but still, they're so pretty.
Yeah. I love them. And then day two, I got Loki ears from Avengers.
I'll
and
go
then
grab mine
on the
quick,
back,
too.
it has a little Loki symbol. So friggin' cute. And then I'll wait for the other pairs because those are from Universal, so I'll hold off on that.
Yes.
Even though the ears in store, I don't know, I felt very underwhelmed because a lot of them are oh, those are cool, those are neat, but they weren't themed, I've seen some other ones online that dropped a couple months ago, and they're a Cinderella theme, a Belle themed, a Elsa, Anna themed, and they weren't there. And I was I kind of want some princess themed ears.
Snow White's a good one because it's one of the original princesses, but still,
it's beautiful. I love the colors,
yes.
But still, I was a little underwhelmed by my options, and I'm sad a little bit.
Sucks.
But
yeah.
I can also find them online, on the Disneyland site, and I'm what beast have I woken up?
Uh-oh. That's actually really cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, but I
like
think it was the experience of getting the ears from the
yeah,
place, right?
yeah,
That's kind of what you were
exactly.
looking forward to. So,
Yes, like I was
yeah.
so excited. So yeah, I brought my own cash because I'm like I'm gonna get a few ears, and I feel bad about spending our group funds, you know.
Totally.
Yeah. So I got my ears. It was a wonderful experience. So where did I leave off? So yeah, the day one we went on so many rides. Like we
Hey,
were
yeah, I was gonna say you were just talking about the Peter Pan ride,
Oh
and
yeah.
then
Yeah, the Peter Pan ride was top notch, but I will say that the time it gives is the time it takes to get on it. And I figured out why is because that ride is a two-seater. So then it's less people on the ride, like, you know.
all together, pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah.
So like that one's just like, okay, like I get it. And then but it was phenomenal. Like it was stunning. So good. Definitely you should go on that one. And then another ride which I was like it intimidated to go on because it has like the longest wait time out of every ride. It's like one of the Star Wars rides. And that one is a long wait. And like to me I'm just like I don't want to spend a huge chunk of my day in this line. You know?
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
can't I just was like I can't just justify it. But
I don't blame you.
on day 2, we were like, we're gonna start off with like Space Mountain because it was closed for like the last 2-ish months, and then it opened up on I think on Friday, so it was
Okay.
like people were hyped about it, which I get it. And then
Love it.
yeah, like we were part of like people were like fast walking there, and we were fast walking there too because like that's what you do when like you get there early.
Get on all the rides as fast as you can.
Yeah, basically. And then because most people like they actually start off with like Star Wars because that time can get so long. So let me check what time it's at right now because I still have that app and I've still been checking times even though we're not going back anytime soon.
But it's just like curious because it's like, you know, do they get any better?
Yeah,
I'm sure, you know?
exactly. So as right now that ride's at 90 minutes, which like I've seen it worse. But we think those
gosh.
times are kind of a lie for that ride because when we went, you know what, fuck it, let's go on. It said that it was at 60 minutes, and we're like, that's as low as that's gonna get. We should just fucking do it. We get in there. It took us 20 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
So like our thought is we think that the time for like that ride is a lie to like kind of make people scared to wait in line.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And like that
Makes
ride,
a lot of sense.
even if it was like a long time, I say go on it. It was amazing. I was like, this is why people wait like in line for this ride. You're basically you start off and you're on a ship that you're part of the good guys, and then essentially the bad guys take your ship, and then the whole thing is that they're going to interrogate us because someone hears like a spy for like the good guys, and they want to know what's going on. Mm-hmm. So then you walk in, and then you're just greeted with like I'll find the picture, a whole wall of fucking stormtroopers, which you've probably seen, like the guys in white those
Sure.
like those guys. I'll find the picture. Like there's a wall of them, and it looks so freaking cool. And like there's like the guards being like, get in line, get in line. They're shouting basically, like they're supposed to be bad guys, so they're kind of mean.
Yeah.
And then you get split up like in like these cars essentially.
Oh,
And then like it
wow.
kind of like moves around like around like this, and like there's probably six people per car. And like
Okay.
just the graphics, you're like zooming around this whole course, and like there's like Kylo Ren like chasing you, and he's like trying to like lightsaber through the walls,
Ooh.
and like it feels so real. Like
my
it feels like
gosh.
he's right fucking there. And
Oh my gosh.
like one of the best parts is like you're zooming around, and then all of a sudden like you like kind of stop, and then you just drop, you dead drop, and
Oh my gosh.
it was so good. And then like
It's so scary.
Screen, it's like you're flying through space, and it feels so fucking real. Like you're
love
like
that.
moving around, you're feeling like the wind and like
you're
the
flowing.
G-forces. And
Yeah.
it's so, I was kind of scared because I was like, how am I going to do? Because I've had like issues with like, if like you're in a seat and like the screen is moving around you, I've had like issues like in the past. And
Okay.
then I'm like, ooh, what's going to happen with
What
these
kind of
rides?
issues?
Just I felt like really sick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
That's
it like
legit.
yeah, so I was like, ooh, I don't know.
Completely
But I was
reasonable.
perfectly fine. So my guess is because it's such top notch quality because it's crisp. Like it looks
that's so
real.
cool.
That I'm like, maybe
Yeah.
it helps when like it feels like it's real life.
Yeah. It's a little less motion sickness wise.
Yeah, for sure. Because like you could easily probably feel sick from that.
Yeah. I could see it. Definitely,
But-
like when you have no like center ground of like where you are, like
Yeah.
that makes you kind of like, I don't know. That motion sickness, like, I think, is the best description for it. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and like that was just so much fun. And then like we went on all rides except for two. Like two rides
That's pretty darn good.
we didn't do. One of them was finding Nemo. Because we tried twice and both times the ride broke. And then we're
Not
like
meant to be.
and then we're like, fuck it. We're out of here because like that line is like in the sun. There's like no shade. It's like you're standing there and we're just like, fuck it, we're leaving.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Nemo. So then
Sorry, Nemo. Not
sorry, Nemo,
today.
we're out of here. And then we also didn't do I think it's called like Orbit Blaster, which we decided not to because this line was kind of long, and it's basically the same thing as like Dumbo, like the Dumbo ride. It's basically the same thing. It just goes a bit more fast, and you go a little bit like higher.
Okay.
It's not
okay.
worth it to us, so we're
No.
like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, you're
but-
not missing anything.
Exactly.
Not going
It's,
to that one. Yeah.
it's the same one, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
those are the two rides we were like, nah. We're good.
We can pass on that.
We can pass on those. And my feet were just so fucking sore. Like I was powering through it though. I was like, we're at Disney. I'm still fucking doing this. But like,
Good for you, man.
oh my God.
Having hurt feet and then also not wanting to be like a bummer for
Yeah.
like the flow, like you powered through so hard, and that's like a lot of mileage that you put down just at Disney.
Yes. At Disney and at Disney alone each day was almost 30 steps, which for us, I don't know about a normal person, but for us that's a lot of steps.
30,000, you said, right?
30,000.
You said 30, but yeah.
Yeah, 30,000 steps.
That's a good chunk of time.
It is.
Or a good chunk of walking.
Trying to find the picture of when we walked out and like the stormtroopers were all there. Dun, 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 because it was like quite a thing. Probably could find it on Facebook faster because I posted all of our journey on Facebook because I couldn't
Love it.
resist. But yeah, I do feel like it would be a good idea for our pace for like Disneyland being like one and a half days, and then California adventure being 1.5 days for us.
Yeah. I mean, did you guys get to go to California Adventure at all?
No, because
Okay, I didn't think so.
because we personally thought Disney was gonna take more time.
Ah, okay.
That's why we didn't do that one, but now we know. But we also found out that Disneyland starts fucking Halloween in friggin' August. So you gotta plan for that because there's a thing called Oogie Boogie Bash, which is like from like
Ooh.
yeah, and that goes on in like California adventure, but you got to buy a a ticket for it. And then if like you don't have one, the park for you it closes at 6. So you gotta so you gotta be aware of that and
Be right
plan
back.
and like plan for that. Yeah.
Yeah. One second. I'll be right back.
Let me find the picture of the stormtroopers. So yeah, you gotta plan for that because like, yeah, 30,000. Yeah, that was a lot, both days, but it was worth it. But like the issue was, I bought my shoes, and I was super excited, and then, the shoes I bought, they don't do like half sizes, and like my feet are like normally like a 7 and a half. And instead of sizing up to an 8, I sized down, which I think was like where I went truly wrong. It's where I fucked up supremely. Yeah, I agree. But then they told me that the shoe was like stretch, which is why I sized down, and that didn't happen. So yeah, so you see like where my brain went. Oh yeah, we're getting palm tree leaves. What about that? We need to go get some stuff from under the Wawta. Under dishy. Oh, I keep like moving away. I'm trying to keep track of where things are, but I can't really. I'm gonna go under the water. A full thingamajig. I don't need that. under, does she? Need some
Sorry,
stuff in the water.
I had to get my ears as well, but
Oh yes,
I like
yes.
couldn't. These are the ears that Chelly got me.
Yeah, they're
They're
so
so
freaking
cute.
nice.
I love them.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
They're so cute. Thank you. All Chelly, all Chelly. She picked the yellow because hello, it's my favorite color.
Hello.
Hello. No, my tummy was just good. Like I was farting, and then
Yeah.
I was like, I have no time to explain. I have to just BRB.
Yeah.
And then so that was my BRB. And I was
So-
like, the ears.
This was the screen. Or I don't know if you could see
wow!
all of those. And like, yeah,
That's
it was
intimidating.
intimidating. You walk down and you're like, oh my god, the stormtroopers are all there, and like they're all standing
Get
there.
us. Yeah.
Oh, it was a super phenomenal ride, which
Excuse me.
but it breaks a lot because it
Oh.
it's a very high tech ride.
Okay.
The train was very loud.
I didn't even notice.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's a very like high tech ride. So so if like any part like kind of like falls down or something, they have to like reset it all because it's
Oh,
a
shit.
very high tech
Yeah.
ride.
Oh, interesting.
Which like now like I get it now because I'm like, yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah. It makes sense that they'd have to reset it all too.
Yeah.
How neat.
Yeah, it's fucking cool, man. Like
It's
if
fucking
like
cool, man.
it's fucking
I
cool,
love it.
man. And like if that ride time, like if like that wait time wasn't like long, I would ride it like a million times. But
Of course.
that wait time is long. But one ride, which we rode 5 times, was like on Pirates. We rode that ride 5 times. It was just
That's
it
a
was
good ride.
so fun, and it's like a nice chill boat ride, and like we just we just had a blast. We rode that fucking thing 5 times.
That's a good one. That's good. I mean, yeah, it's a lot, sure, but like
It's
that
worth
means
it.
it's a good ride. Yeah, yeah.
We loved
Hey,
it.
getting your money's worth,
Yeah.
kinda the whole flow.
Is the best. It took my last visit to get on it because it was always boo. Oh
Yeah.
no, I'm thirsty. Oh no, I'm thirsty. Did not plan this trip out. But
There you go, boo.
but one sad thing was like Indiana Jones was friggin' closed.
Oh, bummer.
But it was only closed for the week that like we were there.
Weird.
Yeah.
Wonder why.
It felt personal.
Yeah, I would have felt like that was personal too.
We were
like, what do you
really
mean?
bummed out. Yeah, it was closed for like just kind of fixing it up, just doing little tweaks here and there. But we're like, really, the week we're fucking there. Are
So
you
lame.
kidding me? And we were like, we kept on going. I'm going past it, and like there's like ropes up, and we're like, the fuck. Why?
sucks.
Yeah, we were so
Yeah.
excited. Like that ride was actually going to be on it. Like that was going to be like our like first summer ride on day one, because that ride time can get pretty high.
Sure.
But yeah, like it was freaking close for a freaking week, and it was our week.
Yeah. And you just compacted all the lovely like things that you wanted to do in that week too.
Yeah,
And you guys really did deserve like a vacation after all that time
working a
not
month
really
straight.
having days off either. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, you did a couple homework days. I get that, but
But like it's not the same.
not the same as just being detached from the job.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, it was fantastic. Like I didn't think about work like really. I thought about it, like maybe twice. And that
That's
was
huge.
it. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna let work like even go in like into this brain.
Not today. Not this
Other
week.
people are dealing with it. I don't care at this point. Like the building could like basically burn, and I wouldn't care. I wouldn't give a shit.
For the most part. As long as
for the most
Patrick's
part.
okay. I'm like, hold on now.
Yeah, of course he's fine. Even though like nobody here knew that he was here at that time.
Fair. That's fair.
But yeah, so
funny.
like that was our first 2 days, and then on day 3 we drove to Universal, which the drive fucking sucked ass. It was terrible, and I almost feel like on our next trip it would almost be better to actually switch hotels to actually be closer, because I feel
Sure.
Universal is a 2-day trip, like a 2-day in, because of how short the time frame is. Like we were feeling stressed about that time frame, and we had like so many things we wanted to do, and like basically we 2 rides that we were like, oh, we want to do them. We were like, we don't have time. It's either one of those rides or the Simpsons ride, which of course I was not gonna say like not go on that ride, because hello, Jordan loves them.
Yes.
So I was like, no, we're gonna be back, so like it's all fine.
Yeah. That's huge.
Yeah.
So you got to do The Simpsons, which is good.
Yeah,
What
it
else
was-
of Universal did you enjoy?
Our first ride there was Jurassic World, which was
Okay.
so fun. But that like that drop, I will say, my whole life I've gone on 3, like probably 2 or 3 roller coasters in my life. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
This week
Well,
I went on
maybe.
all of them.
You really just broke that barrier of like,
I broke that barrier.
I'm going for it all.
Good
for you.
I think as a kid, my reason for like I'm not going on them, and like kind of I'm being scared, is because I was a very small and skinny child. I was bones basically, so I was scared that I'd be launched out of the ride basically.
Sure.
And then now, because it got some meat on these bones, I'm just like, I'm not getting launched out. Like, I'm safe.
I'll be fine. Yeah.
I'll be fine. Because even like some of those rides, like the heights, these kids that I saw on some of these rides, I'm just like, are you sure?
Who's letting you on these?
Are you sure that you're not gonna get like flung out of this fucking ride?
Totally.
Because like some of them were intense. Like for instance, I will say the like mummy ride. It had a long wait time, and I feel like the ride was very short for how long we actually waited in line. Like,
Yeah,
it was
that
a
sucks.
good ride, but I just feel like the time was too long. Like I was shocked. Like, that's it? We're done? Okay.
For all that wait time.
For all that wait
that's not
time.
worth it.
No. But like, I get it. Like, if like you're
Yeah.
a super fan like of the movies, which like the movies are fantastic. I don't know. I just expected like a longer. Like, I don't want it like super long, because like no one's gonna do that with that intense of a ride. But like we went zoomy up. Some things went on, screen stuff, blah blah blah, and then like you zoomed backwards, which was really funny, and it's like, ooh, scary kind of, and then you're done, and I'm like, oh,
That was
okay.
it?
That was it.
Oh, how sad.
And like, but like, it's fast though. Like, you go really fast though, which is like what people
Sure.
like.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
the
know.
quick rush of it all.
Yeah, but
guess.
I was like, the wait time just kind of killed it for me. I'm just like,
Yeah.
you know,
Just waited all of that for all that time for this.
all the time for this.
Really?
But like I would say like it like if like I'm a U bomb can definitely go like on it. Like, you know?
Okay. Just to experience it.
Just experience
basically.
it. And and
Makes sense.
at Disneyland, one of the rides that we had zero plans of, but like we were aiming for all the rides because why not? Was I really enjoyed Mickey and Minnie's runaway train or something like that.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting much from it because I didn't really know much, but it became like one of my favorites. I'm like, this song is catchy as fuck.
Yeah.
And it's so fun because it's like it's actually their like newest ride.
Oh.
And then
cool.
it has like the attack from Japan, which like they have some really cool rides.
Amazing.
And the song is catchy and it was just a really fun ride because you're on a train and like we're like our first thought, because like there's like the main train and then a cart and then a cart and then a cart, and then our first thought is like, oh, like that cart there, like that front cart, like the train's like blocking it, and like we're like, oh, that's shitty because then they can't see. And then the whole point is that the train is just going crazy. So like you go off like in like this like row, and then all of a sudden the cars just break apart and just flinging around.
What?
It's so fun.
How fun.
Oh, so fun. Like,
so it sounds like a lot of the rides are like kind of
fast.
Well, that and like indoor-ish.
Yes.
Like with screens to like make it a big visual effect, right? Not like a roller coaster outside a lot.
Universal, yes, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. Like, yeah, definitely. And then in Disney they have a mixture. Most of them are inside. And like some of them have like the screens and this and that, and then some of them also had robot stuff that looks super real.
Okay.
And yeah, it's like a mixture of that, and like of course like they have like the outdoorsy stuff like the Matterhorn, like the Thunder Mountain, and like that kind of stuff, which is like outside roller coasters.
Sure.
The ride was, let me just Google the full name because it's kind of long. Or like look on the map at least. And yeah, I wasn't expecting much. One ride that I was kind of like, I was like pumped about, but then once like we actually got on, I was like, oh, that was kind of, I don't know, disappointing. Was Roger Rabbit. I was like pretty pumped because like I love that film, and I'm like, ride's gonna be awesome, and I'm like, the ride was pretty meh.
Oh no, that's so sad.
Like it was okay, like it's like worth it, you know, but I was like, could have been a little bit better.
Could have been better.
But also
that's one of my favorite movies.
But also it's old. It's an old ride.
Yeah,
like
it's an old movie too.
Like it came out, like I googled it, and that ride came out in 94. Once again, maybe it's time to update.
Definitely need to update that. I think it needs to be 2000 and up, at least. Like I know a lot of people go for the nostalgia of things.
Yeah,
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. Oh, cute.
Yeah, and like the song is catchy. Like it's been in my brain like the entire time.
Oh my gosh.
It's so cute and fun. I
love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what other rides did we do not we, but you at Universal?
We went on the Jurassic World, the Mummy, and also Transformers, which was that one was purely like you were in a car, like you were basically one of the robot thingies, and like it was
how fun.
a screen, and then like it felt super real, but you're like flinging around. Like a lot of it is flinging around. A lot of these
Flinging
rides,
around
you're
on
just
the
flinging around really. Like that's most of the rides, which was really fun. Like I didn't think like, cause like I don't do roller coasters really, but I'm like, you know what?
Sure.
I think I've changed. I think I've adapted, and because they were really fun.
Do you think you could do like the upside down ones and stuff?
I think yes. What did you think of It's a Small World? It was adorable. It was cool. And it's also like was nice because like that's an indoor ride. So like you got to like sit down, cool off for like a bit. So like that was a perk. It was all right. It's not definitely like one of my top like 5, like definitely not, but like it's a ride you got to go on, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was adorable, but
Aw.
yeah.
It's a small world after all.
But yeah, but one of the major perks was that it's like indoors. So like you got to like chillax on a boat and just be cool.
Oh, that's huge. Especially with how hot it gets down there, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. It was hot, but like it definitely I'm cooled down.
That's
which was
good.
great. And then try
So-
to
Wants to sing the song and then try to ignore the song the rest of the visit. Oh my gosh, how difficult. It's such an addicting song.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And Jordan's like, do we really have to? And I'm like, you know what? It's my first time here, so yeah, we have to.
Do it. It's for the experience.
For the experience, man. But yeah, and like I will say, like outside, it's gorgeous. Like the whole like building is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh,
For It's a Small World?
yeah, like
Yeah.
just like the outside building, it just I love it.
The architecture and everything was pretty cool as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And at Universal, what else did we ride? We did studio tour, which was really fun because like there's like the Jaws part where like the shark comes in and it's like yeah, and then there's a section of it that's there was like 3 little sections, a Godzilla part, which like they used to have like the Godzilla come and like shake cars, but now it's like one of those fancy screen things where you're being thrown around once again.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
like
Getting whipped around everywhere.
getting whipped around, and then it feels super real. And then there was also a screen of like the fast and furious movies, which was kind of lame, but also because those lames are like kind of like cheesy. It's especially now, like the newer ones are cheese fest.
Oh, so cheesy.
So cheesy, but it was super
Love
fun.
it.
But like that ride took around because that is around 40 minutes, which is like a long time because it takes you around the sets and all
That's
that
a
jazz.
long one. Yeah, that's a bit long.
And last showing of like that one is at 4:30. So like we were like we gotta go because we're getting close to that. So yeah, just the like 10 to 5. I understand why, but like it's not enough time.
No, that's not enough time at all.
Not enough time
Not
at
enough
all.
time.
Because like I was hoping to ride like Potter rides, but it just we didn't have the time, and I'm like whatever, we gotta
sucks.
and like we're like let's go to like that section, and I was like I gotta have a butter beer. and it was
Yes.
delicious. It was basically butterscotch
Yes.
flavored, and it was.
Was it like a beer, or was it like a soda?
No, no. We got some of the like it's not beer, like it's not like there's no booze, but like we got the like slushy version of it, which was
Ooh,
phenomenal.
That's right. That's right.
I would die for that.
It sounds good.
Oh,
Because we
it's
got
so
the
good. The little
butter
jelly
beer,
belly.
or you did. Got the butterbeer Jelly Bellies from Jelly Belly Factory, and
Yeah,
I love butterscotch, so I think I would have liked that slushy as well.
I love butterscotch. It's such a good flavor. And then we also checked out the Nintendo World, which once again that lineup for that ride is so long. We're just like, we don't have time. We don't have time, but like I did
Experience
get
everything you
a
want.
couple ears.
Yeah.
I got these ears, the power up ears.
Love them.
And then I got this other one, which I got to take off like the headset to really give you the feeling of it. It's a little Yoshi.
Oh, Yosh. Ah, it's so cute. I love the Yoshi so much.
I love him so much. I was like so excited when I'm like, where are people getting him from? Where's Yoshi? And then I went on like a search for him and then bought him because I'm like, once again, I brought specific monies for ears, right? So
Yeah, I put mine in front too. It feels better
it
than
feels more
behind me.
That looks so silly.
You know? I love it.
Oh, and also there's a water world show because it's not like a ride, it's an actual show where it's
Okay.
like they do stunts and swim around, and it was amazing. And like I was pumped because we love that film. Like some people hate it, some people love it. We're in the group that love it. It was so good.
And you guys said that whole thing was a really fun experience, obviously.
Oh yeah, it was so fun, so fun. But like once again, it takes up a lot of time because like you have to arrive there like maybe like a hour like early to like make sure like there's like actual seats for you.
Sure.
Once again, there's more time taken up, and then the show itself was maybe 30 minutes or so.
That's not terrible.
Oh, no,
Still
but-
a long time.
It's a long time, yeah.
Yeah,
But-
but that's a good amount of time for the people doing the show that like
Yeah.
all the work that I'm sure they put into like presenting it and stuff. So that's a good chunk of time.
Exactly. But yeah, like, would definitely say go and like watch that. Like, even if like you don't know it, definitely go and actually watch it. It's still super fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Is there anything that you at Universal that you did that you weren't expecting to be as good and it ended up being really good? Or was it just kind of a neutral stress space because you were limited on time?
Like
You
it was
know?
all good. I will say that. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like there wasn't like any rides where I'm like that was shit. Except like because like there was like the whole mummy thing, but that's because I just felt it was short. But other than that, like it was a good ride.
Right.
Other than that, I think it's all of it was really worth it.
That's good.
Like
That's
yeah.
huge.
Yeah, and like it just I wish we had a bit more time to get like those extra 3 rides in.
Absolutely. Because
But-
10 to 6 isn't long enough.
It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Like
So,
it's
yeah, go ahead.
stressful. It's just stressful
Yeah.
to like try and like schedule in what rides do we want to ride versus what rides can a ride, which was
Sure.
very stressful and hard.
Yeah, yeah. And like, yeah, it's so hard because you want to do them all.
I want
So
to
it's
do
hard
them
to like pick
all.
which ones are the top priority, right? So
Exactly, exactly.
that makes sense.
But yeah, like I would say, like do all of them. Try and do all of them either way.
Do all of them.
Do them all.
I
And
love
like
it.
I will say, like the food prices weren't
Oh yeah.
weren't that bad, honestly. Like they're kind of high, but also like look at where you are.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense, but it wasn't like outrageous. But I can understand if like you have kids and you're spending extra money like that, then
How
yes,
quickly it's gonna just drain your pocketbook, basically.
exactly. Like so, in that case, I agree. Like it would cost a, a lot, but like for us too, I was like, nah. I feel everything is like a reasonable price, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good because, yeah, I mean, they could be.
They could be
It's
worse.
always a price gouge, really, when you're at a theme park because it is what it is. But that kind of just goes with. I like to justify it as when you're paying for that kind of stuff, you're just helping improve the park in a way, even if it's the food or restaurant, because you're and paying the employees to be there to give good service too. Like
Yeah.
hopefully, so it's worth it. It's worth it.
I agree.
my gosh, how
That's a good
exciting.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
And then on day 4 was when we were like, let's head out to Khalees. So then
Woo!
we packed up our bag. We started driving, and it was just a long drive.
Boring. It was in the desert.
In the
There was a
desert.
couple detours as
Yeah,
well.
we saw some like yucca plants, which we were like, haha, that's funny because of 7 days. We're like, yucca plants, that's hilarious.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere, just like the game. Being like absolute nerds with that.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
And then we arrived. Yep, obviously we arrived. At Reno, and then wonderful Khalees found us wandering around the trying to find our ways, and then we had some like in and out, which I will say the fries were delicious. The burger, I was a little like, this is just a burger, It wasn't as
You felt underwhelmed.
I hate it, but like the fries were amazing. The fries were the best part.
Oh, they were so well. We ate those first, and like you guys said, you were like, "Oh my god, this is like all for us. This is so much food." And it's like,
Oh, that's
we had to get
another
used
thing.
to the whole thing of like,
In America,
it's America.
I thought the whole like the plates are bigger, the portions are bigger. I thought that was like a joke. I thought that was like a internet joke, basically. It's not.
It's real.
It's real because the portions of like every meal, I'm just like, oh my god. Oh my god.
Yeah, talk about some of the food in
Yes.
it was Disney, right?
Yeah, we had some food
That you
there.
guys had?
Yeah, we had some food there. So we started. Well, we went to a gas station to get some like little drinks and snackies and stuff like that because like we love our snacks. And I bought like a banana bread thingy because I'm like, I need to have some kind of like a breakfast or else I will pass out.
Yes, I completely relate to that.
Like I need something. Anything will do. And so yeah, but like at the park, our first like meal there essentially was we had pizzas at Pizza Planet, which was really cool because I'm like, Toy Story, Pizza Planet.
Ta-da!
Da-da-da.
That's so cool.
Yeah, like
I love it.
It was good. Like it wasn't like the best, but it was like a decent pizza.
Okay.
Pizza. And then what else did we like? We didn't eat a whole lot in the park just because we were like super busy.
Was it you guys got like a voucher or something for like a 3-course meal and it included Cheesecake Factory and things like that, right?
No,
was
no,
that
no.
in Disney or
No, Oh, we got. Oh no. At PF Chang's, we got like they just had like a deal of like a 3-course meal, and we're like, okay, that's a reasonable price. So then like basically you got to pick one app for like us two, and then like we each got to pick our side, main, and whatever else. And like the appetizer blew my mind because we got it was called crispy beans. And when I say beans, I don't mean like the little like kidney beans. I mean like green beans, because Khalees was thinking that I was talking about like beans.
Hey man, I was thinking about like the size of like jelly beans, but bigger. You know,
Yeah,
like
which I
beans.
totally understand. Like I totally get it. But like green beans, and we were thinking the portion size was gonna be like a normal like appetizer, like this big or something.
Small.
We got a whole mountain of deep fried beans. Which, first of all, I didn't think they were actually going to be like deep fried beans. I thought they were going to be like oily, crispy beans, like not like with batter on them.
Right.
And they were
right,
just
right. Like fried in a pan kind of deal.
Yeah, and like they were plain beans, like no salt, no seasoning, just deep fried beans.
Just wild.
Wild. I'm like, what is this, America?
We don't know.
We don't know. I don't know either. And then like I got this like this shrimp dish, like the honey glazed shrimp. And like normally over here, if you order shrimp, you're getting like 6 to 10 shrimps, okay? I got a mountain of shrimp. And I'm like, oh my god, there's so much shrimp on this plate. What the these fuck? Babies. Which some people are like, you guys are being dumb about like, oh, the portions, but like, man, the portions.
No, not dumb at all. I think it's completely like
it was shocking.
Acceptable to be shocked by it. I do. I think it's completely acceptable because our portions are massive.
Yeah, and like,
I mean, I'm used to it, but
I love
they're
it.
Still huge.
I love it because like that price, I'm like, this is a good price for all this fucking food now. Like, yes, I will eat this. And then we also went to cheesecake factory because like just because for dinners we're just like it was during our like downtime when we're like we need to go take a little rest here.
Totally.
Take a little nap maybe. And like
so important.
I was so pumped because I'm like the cheesecake I've seen it like all over my TikTok and this and that and people being like get the brown bread. And I'm like, okay, I got to try this brown bread. Amazing. The brown bread, I get
what is
like
brown bread?
From what I could taste, the brown bread there is kind of like it tasted like a molasses type of bread.
Oh,
and it was really soft and yummy.
Okay.
And their white bread was like just super fucking hard.
Oh, like a solid baguette or something?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So like I understand the hype of the brown bread. And like, yes,
okay.
You were right. Internet, the brown bread is
I've never had the brown bread. I'll have to try it.
Yeah, I gotta get the brown bread. But then like there were so many things on that fucking menu book. There was just so many options. I'm like, is this a book? Like, what the fuck? And then I had like one of the best pastas I've ever had. I want to make it here. I'm gonna try to make it here, but I would go back there just for that dish. Any day.
Where's the closest cheesecake factory, do you think, near you?
Toronto, maybe?
Really?
I don't know.
Far away?
I'm going to Google it, but it's not close if there's any here.
Really?
Yeah. Factory. Locations. Okay, I don't need like random cheesecake places. I want Cheesecake Factory.
I'm looking.
So the closest one to
I think
us
you're right.
would be Seattle. It looks like it.
Okay.
Seattle, Washington. Yeah.
That's pretty far south there.
There's
then.
actually a couple down there. Oh, Tacoma. Cool. Yeah, that would be the closest one for us.
Hmm.
I'm thirsty. Shit. But yeah, like, it was delicious. Like, oh, I could eat that pasta dish every day if I could.
Love getting memorable food.
And then also, like, it was super weird because Jordan ordered a burger from there, and I totally forgot that you guys don't fully cook your burgers, because like,
well, they give you a choice, right?
yeah, they give you a choice, which I'm just like, the fuck.
Which I didn't know this about Canada either.
Yeah,
So this was an interesting. We all learned.
we don't get a choice.
Together,
They're
yes.
just, oh, here's your burger, and that's that.
Yeah.
So just
Well, because you guys have laws for the burger to be like
a certain, like,
cooked fully,
a
right?
certain
Essentially,
temperature, yeah. Which is
smart.
yeah, but like, it was just a shock. I'm just like, what do you mean? What did you just ask us? What did you just say, lady? What?
I'm sorry. What?
Excuse me, explain. What? But yeah, like, yeah, so that was like really fun. And then, oh, what else? There's just so many things. And then we drove down. We met you in Reno. We ate like in and out, and then drove back to where
Which
we
that was
were.
fun.
That was really fun. I
Yes.
really liked it. And then the
So,
funniest
hold on.
part
Oh yeah, go ahead.
was when Cleese was like showing us around town in the dark. So like, we
In
were
the
trying
dark.
in the pitch black dark, and then we drove up to like I'm like her house, but like we're like, oh, like it's bedtime, we should probably just drive up and like check it out, but not go in
Kind of show you where it's at.
because I didn't want to mess up like bedtime, because I was gonna they were gonna be up all night basically, excited. So we drove up, and like she's like, oh, this is the house, and then all of a sudden we see like a curtain move, and like we're like, they can't see us, and like we like drove off.
the adrenaline rush of that moment.
And like it turns out the kids did actually see us. Right?
They did. They mentioned it to Dakota too, and he was like, I don't know.
I don't know, guys. I don't know if you saw them or not. It was so fucking funny.
Oh, it's too good. It's too good. Oh man. They totally did.
They totally saw us.
So funny. Yeah, and then oh, I had something I was gonna say before that, and I can't. Oh, when I first saw you guys, I was cracking up because I was sitting there at the airport and I was like waiting. I didn't know what car you were in, and like I actually took. I've deleted it now, but I took like a video thinking like, oh, that's them, and it wasn't you guys.
Oh no!
It was like another car. And I was like,
funny.
oh, awkward. And so I put it away, and then like you pull up in a car that has Florida plates. It's a rental. I'm like, dude, you didn't come from Florida. Like, what's going on here? And yeah, it was a fun little like meeting experience, because the moment we all saw each other was like, oh hey, yeah,
It just
like
it felt so normal. It felt like we've like hung out a million times, even though we have, but at the same time we haven't.
Yeah.
You know?
Not like in person. That's the thing that was like, it's the body language we don't know as well. And like,
yeah, that's a good point.
if you think about it, you know, but that didn't mean anything. Like it was a good time no matter what.
Natural.
And natural, yes.
I loved it. I'm like,
great.
This feels like I'm just hanging out with my good friend, Elisa, we've known for years and years and years, and we've hung out many, many times.
Yes.
It was, it was wild because like sometimes
so
like
cool.
it could have felt weird, like I don't know
It
what to
could have.
do, but
And I got
nah.
a little bit of butterflies like a few days before you guys actually were like coming up to Tahoe. Only like excitement butterflies, like, oh, this is happening.
Yeah,
Like it's all reality, like they're coming. And then the butterflies were gone. I like saw you guys and it was like
yeah,
it I mean, it was the first time meeting in person, of course, but it was just like no nothing was different. It was like, yes, I know that we all know that certain things about us, so the description of like who would be in person were spot on. You know, like we know
yeah.
Jordan's tall, we know you're shorter than Jordan, we know that I'm pretty much right in between.
What?
Like, you know what I mean? Like that we know the whole like so it wasn't like we were. Well, Jordan mentioned that I was taller than he expected, but
Yeah,
it's like whatever. I just thought it was fun to be able to like have that experience to see like here we
yeah.
are live in the flesh,
Live in
know.
the flesh.
It's pretty precious to be able to have that experience. I really want to thank you guys for making that happen. It was cool.
Yes, it was
And
the best.
it was my pleasure to have you guys in Tahoe. That was very special. And, any friends that like would like to come visit, I can always get a place to stay for free.
Hell
So,
yeah. Like
or
that
on
awesome
me,
cabin, like you found us, like, yeah.
Yeah. So continue your flow, and I'll pipe in on stories too
Hell
here and
yeah.
there. Because now we're getting into the
The
group stuff.
the like cabin slash house you found us was extravagant. It was a bougie house that I was like, this is too big for us, like because it had
Yeah, it was large.
it had like two bedroom like no, it had two or three bathrooms, like two and a half basically.
Yeah, it was 2.5.
Yeah,
Two
and-
full bathrooms and a half bath.
And like there's like what, like three-ish rooms, like three rooms, but like
3 bedrooms. Hmm.
it could fit like 12 people basically.
Yeah, when we started counting like the bed space and all that, I think it was 12. Yeah.
Yeah, like crazy. It was like so big, but like I didn't like I kind of slept weird because I had this really weird thought in my head of a bear is gonna break in and I'm gonna wake up and then there's gonna be a bear there. So like I didn't sleep a whole lot because I just kept having that thought in my brain. It was freaking me out. Even though I knew that wasn't gonna happen.
But it's still kind of stressful, you know?
Yeah.
You never know if you're going to get violated by a bear by them coming into the house. So
Exactly.
I understand.
It freaked me out, which like I didn't think that would be a thing for me.
Yeah.
But it was.
And I need to let because it's a client of mine, but
Yeah.
I need to let her know that the bed isn't fantastic either, but
bed,
because you guys mentioned
it
it
like
kind of
sank and like we kept on like
that
sliding
sucks.
into each other.
I don't like that, but other than that, it was a good stay, right?
No, yeah, it was great. It was so much fun. And then
Cleanliness was top notch, right? No, I'm
top
just
notch,
kidding.
such a clean place. Yeah, top notch, amazing.
Oh my gosh.
And then on the day 2 of us being there, like day 1 technically of us being there, we drove around, we checked it all out, and then the kids had a soccer game, a ballet class, a soccer game, and busy Saturday, like holy
In our
Jesus,
life.
that's like your
Yeah.
every Saturday for like
Until
a couple
mid-October.
months.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy, like it's just so busy.
It's too much, but it's okay.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, so and then we went and got lunch at a little local spot called Front Street that was a pizza spot,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. And then
And
like there was a
there-
fucking wasp.
There was a wasp, it's like wasp season kind of right now still where they're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And Kona's tactic is to take his, flat brim hat off and whack it. And
Yeah.
he is pretty damn good at it. Well, Jordan is like, I'm going to take a whack at it. And he takes a whack at it with his white travel hat, and it goes right into his buffalo sauce of his pizza. So Jordan's got buffalo pizza hat.
Yeah. And, like, it was a white hat.
A
went
white
right
hat.
into that red sauce, and I just died. I died. I was so
Shelly
fucking
was
funny.
laughing pretty fucking hard. Which I, in turn, couldn't help but laugh pretty fucking hard too.
Yeah,
Because it was funny.
It was funny. It was so funny.
Oh man, just the timing of it all.
Oh, jeez.
And then we had a packed in day that today. So we did. John had soccer. We took Ella to dance class. We picked up a rental car. Then we had lunch, and then we went to Ella's soccer game, which was like beating in the sun.
Yeah, those
And
poor
the
kids.
best part about this was that Chelly and Jordan got to meet both my dad and Kona's brother.
Yeah.
Which was really entertaining. And what'd you think? Like, what'd you think of those guys?
Kona's brother, I can see it.
Yeah,
I can see that.
they're related.
Your dad, I was just like shocked because I'm like, this isn't the person. Like, I don't know what I thought, but I didn't like envision that, you know?
Okay.
I
What
don't
did
know
you
what-
envision, though? I'm curious.
I don't know, but it definitely wasn't him. I can't explain what I thought because, like, I don't know, but like, it definitely wasn't him.
Okay, I'll take it.
Like, I can't explain any more than that.
That's fine. I'm just curious. I love it. And then I dragged these guys to this short and sweet, but kind of intense at the start hike.
Yeah, at the very start was like intense because, like, I don't know, it was more like steep and like you gotta like kind of wobble up some like rocks and shit.
Yeah, and it was here Kona and I are talking about, oh yeah, they just did this path, it's like new and her and we're trying to like do this whole explanation of like how it was different, and it's like cracking me up because it wasn't treacherous by any means, but
No.
it definitely, you know, there was a lot to it, you know, right in the beginning, and then it leveled out a bit.
Yeah.
And it's a place called Eagle Rock, which is a dormant volcano now.
Fun.
So once we got to the top, caught our breath, and just kind of relaxed for a minute, you get this big open wide view of Lake Tahoe. And I kept saying, like, I swear this will be worth it, at least for the view. And you'll be able to like really get to see where I'm from. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that's kind of was the big point for me. And it was amazing.
It was so
It was
fun.
amazing.
It was so
Yeah.
fun.
I'm glad we did that, even though it was like kind of shitty. And
No, it
I
was
feel
fun.
bad because I didn't put into consideration that like your feet were still hurting either, and you didn't say shit.
No,
Like,
I
you
was
didn't
pushing
say
through it.
shit.
I was fucking fighting. I was like, nah,
I didn't consider
I'm
that.
experiencing all of it. I don't give a fuck about my feet. I'm doing it
I just
all.
want you to know, like, GG to you, because going through something like that when you're like that uncomfortable is not easy. So thank you for just doing it and
Hell yeah.
not feeling just
No,
Like-
I was sending it. I'm like, nah, because
Yeah.
like I also bought like on our drive out there. I was like, we need to stop at a Walmart because I need new shoes.
Cannot
I
do those shoes,
cannot
yeah.
carry on with these shoes. So like we actually like stopped and I ran in and I'm like trying on shoes like really fast. I'm like, these are good enough. And then I ran out.
perfect. And they were cute too.
Yeah,
by the
they were
way. I
good,
thought
too.
The ones you got, yeah.
I know, like I'm like they're comfortable. They're kind of cute. Like they're not like ugly. So I'm like,
No, I thought they were cute.
they'll do.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so like my feet definitely felt I'm better, but like I think for like just the rest of the trip I just needed to like not move, which was not an option, and I would not allow it
We
to
had
be
so
an
much
option.
more.
So much more to do.
I mean, we did have a nice like travel day going down to San Francisco, so we didn't have to like run around too much.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we kind of did.
We did like at the Jelly Belly factory. The Jelly Belly factory was top notch. It was so good. It was
It
like
was good.
it's like one of my like favorite things about the whole trip, basically. I just had we had so much fun there. And
we were there from like we pulled in at like 1:15.
Yeah.
Got into the factory probably about 1:25 because the last tour of the day that was guided was at 1:30, and we did the self-guided tour, which I highly recommend.
Way better, I feel.
Yeah, because there's so many TV screens with information and like boards and all this stuff that like you really could. It's way better to just guide yourself.
Yeah.
But then we didn't end up getting in the car leaving till 4:00.
4:00.
Which we were mind blown the time warp that we went through because none of us were bored. None of us were over it. We just completely like embraced the time.
Embraces
like didn't even reel it.
No.
We didn't even realize that like we were. And when we looked at the clock, I'm like, you guys, wait. Because we were all asking like what time, and Jordan threw out a number and a time, and then you threw out a time, and I'm like, hold on. I think we got there at that, 1-ish. And I'm like, you guys, we were here for almost 3 hours. And we had lunch there. And the lunch was pretty fucking good.
The lunch was...
I was scared of it.
I was like, the lunch could be shit. Like, let's be real with like this kind of place.
Shit. I'm totally not going to lie.
But it was decent.
Yeah. Yeah. It was good. Well, yeah, I was happy with my French dip. I thought it was pretty fucking good.
Good. And then that is where my new obsession was born. Because
yes.
in like America, you've probably seen them around. You like there's like those like penny presses, right? And then the factory had one, and I'm like, I must do it. But like we had like a coin bag essentially, and like we're like, oh, just a coin bag, blah blah blah. And I'm like, this press would be perfect for all those coins. So like we were like, oh, we need to find some pennies and quarters, and then like we bought like things, and of course we had some extra pennies and stuff. And then I was like, I love this, and this is so fun. So then we also found those in like San Francisco, and I'm like, more pennies, more quarters,
all the pennies,
all the pennies. And then now I have like a bunch of them now, and now I wish I knew about them more, because like now those are gonna become my thing now.
Whole new like collection. And the thing is, it's like the collection of them in the book is better than just like having them bunched up in a bag, because they're all like nice and flat.
Where am I?
Well, she got a book too to put the pennies in.
Where did I put my book? Where did I put my book? Where's the book? There it is. And then I actually looked online, and I can buy a cuter book than this book.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because this one is very American. It's like a eagle and American pennies and this and that. So these are the little pennies I got.
Oh, they're so cute. I love them.
They're so cute. And like they bring me just so much joy, because like how fun, because like we can't have those here because we don't have a penny now.
And what a great souvenir to bring home and like have like, it's like mini postcards in a way.
It really is.
I mean, you can't mail them obviously, but it's sentiment is that, you know?
Exactly. Oh. So yeah, we went there and we bought like so many beans, which like the price of the beans, let's be real,
they weren't too bad.
They were good price. Like it was like a small bag like this. This was one of the deals. Like the small bags like these. Yeah, Clay's got some too. It was them. six for what? 26 was it?
6 for 20. Just 20.
Yeah.
Actually, 1998. I was impressed that it wasn't just a straight 20.
Which like, that's a good deal. And like the rest of it was like a pretty good price too. Like it wasn't absurd. Which like they could have made like the like the price really high, right? So
I'm disappointed in the what was I disappointed? My brain just farted. I literally threw my thought with those leaves when I threw them in the game. The hodgepodge mix
Yeah.
that I got. I was excited about it because it was like only $3,
Yeah.
but it was all like really spicy cinnamon hearts.
So fucking spicy.
I
Like I couldn't do them.
I love the candy corn that's in there, but then the like little sprinkly sprinkle things, those are black licorice, which I don't mind black licorice. I actually really like it, but I was like, ooh, I was prepared for something else, like the sweet stuff. So
like
that
those
was cool,
spice, those like hearts are spicy.
They are. Yeah, and so that took us a little bit, but we didn't even recognize, like, it's not like we were agonizing over, like, oh my God, we're here for so long. It was like, oh my gosh, we should get going before night falls, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Jordan, can you get me a drinky poo? Thank you.
And,
surprise me. Something good, not something shit.
Then we went on our way.
Yeah.
Took a nice little travel. We specifically, I don't know if Goofy, you're still here or not, but if you're here, we drove, I didn't point it out exactly, but we drove by the racetrack you like to go to.
I can?
Or that you've been to.
Cider?
No.
Oh, forgot about these. Forgot I had
There
these.
you go. Fun.
Fun. Surprise drink.
Yay. And then, you know, we found the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah. You drove
And
on
how
it?
was that experience for you?
It was fun. Like, it's a bridge, that's for sure.
It's a bridge.
A little scary because it's a bridge and bridges are scary.
Straight
but like it was I get it. Once again, I get the hype. It's really pretty and really
pretty
cool.
magical. You come out of this tunnel and it's like, bam,
Boom. Exactly.
there's a Golden Gate Bridge. And it's just like, what?
What the fuck?
It really does exist. It's, I don't know. It's beautiful. That's probably one of the most beautiful bridges out there, I think, that I've seen.
I agree.
Have you always been a dude?
No, I've I've changed it a couple times now.
I just now noticed. I didn't realize we could change our character.
Yeah, in the menu.
Oh. I thought it stayed the same per map you played. That makes sense. Duh.
You can actually be like like in like all the caravan town and like the other places you like find those guys. You can be that you can be them. Actually, like actually.
Okay. That makes sense. I'm gonna put some water up here. So then we made it into San Francisco.
Yes.
And we checked into our motel that we were unsure of at first. And there were a couple quirks that we were like, But all in all,
it was great.
It was a really good stay. And we took a walk. We decided, leave the rental parked and just kind of peruse around. And
yeah,
we were only a few blocks away from like the ocean, kind of next to a marina. We had a beautiful view of the Golden Gate from there, and what else did we do? We went over to Safeway. I insisted we go look at the frickin' sunset, which it wasn't quite sunset, but it was
pretty
beautiful.
though.
It was beautiful. The way the clouds were just I don't know. I'm a big sucker for a sunset or sunrise. So like,
yeah, we're all like, should we go? I don't know, guys. Do you want to walk there? And then like, let's go. Let's fucking go. Like
for me, I'm like,
go
you're
down.
gonna see a sunset everywhere, but are you gonna see one here? Like, we might as well. That's kind of what my brain was.
Like we were like, let's fucking go.
It's so good. And then we ended up kind of just chilling.
We got some food
got
from Mel's. Mel's
that
Diner,
night, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Got some.
And that was funny.
Clam chowder.
We got some clam chowder in a bread bowl, which is a San Francisco classic, in my opinion. I just think, well, not just in my opinion, in a lot of people's opinions. It's like, once you, especially down at the Fisherman Wharf, we kind of like, you probably saw a lot more of that on the menu in other restaurants that were
Yeah,
like
I
right
saw
down
like
there, so.
all of the crab, and I'm like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
there was crab here.
Shit.
Nah, it's okay.
Well, but what did we have for? Oh, we had Bubba Gumps for
Bubba
lunch. That's why.
Gumps, which
That's
was
yes,
delicious.
yes. And that was the next day. But and then yeah, we hung out. We got you and I shared a beverage together, and
Yes.
um,
Oh, tell him about the tree.
oh, that's what. Yes, okay. So at Mel's Diner. Okay, there were a lot of things about Mel's Diner before we get to the tree.
Yeah,
We come in and there's balloons, half full
everywhere.
and full, with really thick strings on every single table, just random colors. And we all were like thrown off because a waiter doesn't come seat you. You have to go seat yourself, which that kind of threw us off a little
Yeah.
bit, which we adjusted quickly.
It just makes
Our
me
waiters
feel
were
weird.
really nice. It makes me feel like I'm just intruding on.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm doing the restaurant thing wrong when they do that.
Yeah.
But it was fine. We got used to it really rather quickly, I felt, and moved on from that discomfort. And as we're like kind of figuring out what we're having for dinner, Chelly mentioned, well, at first the chicken pot pie caught her eye. And then we go in there and we're looking at the menu and she goes, clam chowder. And Jordan had already like solidified he's getting wings. And I was like, oh my God, the clam chowder and a bread bowl. Cause I forget what I was going to get. I was like, that's what I'm getting. Like,
Yeah.
set. So you and I get the clam chowder and bread bowl.
It was
Our
bomb.
waiters were great. I asked both of them, like, why are the balloons there? And they literally looked at us like,
I don't know, man.
I don't know. And basically that meant to me, like, manager dude, whoever is managing is like, let's put balloons on everything. I'm like, are you celebrating something? Like, they're
Yeah.
like blowing in our faces. They were kind of like annoying. You know,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what are these things? So, anyways, we have our meal. We're kind of sitting there because this is another part of this restaurant we didn't really like connect on right away. I think Jordan did, but we were just kind of like chilling and we didn't know where to pay our bill. So we're kind of just like before we figure out where to go. This woman comes in and she's frantic. She has lots of worry. And mind you, it's really windy in San Francisco that night. It was like
It was windy as fuck.
storms are brewing, things are happening, like, uh-oh, you know? She comes in and she starts talking to a man who, honestly, I think just blatantly was ignoring her, but just pretended like he didn't speak English,
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
And she's like, excuse me. There's a tree down outside. Like, she was really upset.
She was
And
really
I'm
upset
thinking in
by
my
it.
head, like, a tree is uprooted. Like, things are going on. The fucking car got smashed. Like, all these hypotheticals are going on in my head.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, you don't even probably speak English anyway. She gets all upset.
Yeah, she gets really
puffs and
upset by it.
puffs her away all the way around the diner to, like, find another guy, which is one of our waiters. Because for some reason we had two guys helping us, which was totally fine. But it was just
Yeah.
funny because they were awesome. I really enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Actually. They didn't say much, but anyways. She finally finds a guy. And I see him kind of go outside, kind of go walk along the outside of the building. I come back in. I didn't really think much of it. I'm like, oh, this must have just been lady, like, she's out there. And, like, it's San Francisco. People
Yeah.
could be out there. It's any city.
Yeah.
So we figure it out. We got to go to the register, like, area to pay. And I don't know what the tree's about still. But I kind of poke fun at the waiter guy. His name is T-E-E.
Yeah.
And I look at him and I go, so did you take care of that tree? And he
cracks
like was
up.
pretty stone faced.
Yeah.
And he just cracked and started like laughing. And he nodded. He didn't even use words. He just
Yeah.
nodded, right? And we're like, okay. So we like, thank you so much. Like, this was a great experience. Like,
Yeah.
weird, but good, you know? Which is always some of the best. We walk outside and there's there's a pot. Like,
A
just
pot.
a normal
A potted shrub.
with a nicely hedged small tree that had clearly fallen over because there was a little bit of dirt on the ground where it had tipped over. And we just all died laughing. that this was the tree. This woman was frantic about this tree.
Yeah, like
she was so
someone
upset.
got hurt by the tree or something. But like, yeah,
Like I'm legit in here in my head thinking, oh, someone's car got smashed or something. Like she came in like the tree, right? And it's fine. Absolutely. Like feel stressed about whatever you want to feel stressed on, but dang, that was quite the just hysterics for it, really. So we
Yeah.
giggle a little bit, like she probably could have pulled it up, and then I'm like, yeah, but knowing someone like that, oh, I hurt my back, I'm suing you because your topiary was knocked over, you know?
exactly.
So
That
so
fucking
basically
tree.
that was settled. We took a solid picture underneath a Mills sign, and then went back to the hotel and or motel, Holiday Inn or whatever it is. It was actually Surf, I think, is what it was. Which I'd go back there again if I stayed in
same.
that area.
Yeah,
I'd
definitely.
go back there. And yeah, it was that was a really funny experience with this lady. She was so frantic and like to each their own. I don't want to judge her by any means, but it was
I'm
just
judging
like
her.
that was so much for so little,
And
it
also, like,
just was
She
so
was really
ridiculous.
rude. She was fucking rude.
She was so rude, and then she was gonna sit down and get served by these people. She was just rude too. I was
Yeah,
just
like,
like,
what?
oh my lord, this is an experience and a half right now. I love shit like that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes.
So we get through our night. We all half sleep, I think.
Yeah, I didn't sleep much
you
at all.
You were like sweltering hot.
Yeah, because Jordan had the fucking heat up, and like I'm like I knew that I'm like, if we go to bed, I'm gonna die because it's gonna be way too hot. Which like I did, and then I was like kind of like fiddling around with it, trying to make it a little cooler. So I turned on the AC for like a little bit, okay, but it was making like a lot of noise, and Jordan's like, just turn it off. Just turn it off, and like I can't just turn it off. It's gonna be too like the noise is good. Like no. So then I turned it on the fan, and then he's like, "Oh, it's cold in here." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up! It's boiling. It's fucking boiling in here." Like I was.
You guys were all
dying.
stressed that while they're doing all this, they're stressed that they're gonna wake me up, and I am at the one point of my night of sleep that night, dead as a rock, like just out, which was a good thing because like.
Yeah.
No stress there. Like I wouldn't have cared if I got woken up anyways. I want to make that very clear. But I should have warned you guys that when I'm asleep, I am asleep.
No, that's not good.
I didn't tell you guys that.
No.
But I was up every like 2 hours or so, panicking about missing an alarm or waking up because the light outside of our door was like really bright. So the light coming in behind the curtain, I kept thinking like, it's daytime. I've slept through the alarm because we all agreed on an alarm.
Yeah.
So because none of it, because there right before we go to bed, Jordan's like, I don't know, I don't want to like sleep through an alarm or something, and I'm laughing because I'm like, okay, that's a good idea. Like we set an alarm because we needed to be prepared for bringing the car to the car garage and going to Alcatraz.
Yeah. So
I think just like you and the bear, I'm like,
I got it. I
don't
can't
sleep
miss
through
this
the
alarm.
Don't sleep through the alarm. Like literally, I'm like. So I was up 1 a.m., 3 a.m., 5:30 a.m., and then again at like between 6 and 6:15, and then we all kind of like.
Woke
You
up.
guys were up a little bit before me, but we all like
Yeah.
rose like right around 6:30, which was good timing because we were able to go walk over to a Starbucks and get ourselves some coffee and
Yeah.
you and me our breakfast items. And yeah, then we like went back. I keep wanting to say home.
Yeah,
Went back to the hotel.
I always stay home, like because I'm just
Right?
like my
That's
stuff
your
is
home
here.
base.
Yeah.
Which was fun. I stuffed a towel at the base of the door because I heard help. It wasn't even at the bottom.
No, it was like in the windows.
Yeah, it was in the window, and that was just like my only weird thing. I kept every time I woke up and I to change position or whatever, I'd see the light behind the curtain, and I'd panic thinking it's daytime. But then I realized, and I was easily be able to go back to bed because I was like, it doesn't get this bright in San Francisco this early. Like it does. It can get sunny, which we got really lucky with a sunny day. but it doesn't normally get a lot of sun. Like, honestly, it's usually a little cloudy, overcasty, but there's always, good weather days too. But regardless of that, panicking over that, you guys were freaking out. You especially had like discomfort from heat.
Yeah, and also like
Jordan
that
was too cold.
like that bed was like rock hard, and like the pillow was like flat as fuck, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to get to my own bed.
And that's when the I'm ready to get in my own bed flow started to happen a little bit, which was completely understandable.
I woke up and I think I was like at the bottom of the barrel. Like I was like tired and like just push through it. It's gonna be fine. This is gonna be a great day, but I'm just fucking tired. I'm just so tired, and like I tried so hard to like just keep going.
You did fantastic.
I tried.
You did fantastic.
I tried really hard because I'm like nothing is worse than like you're traveling, you're having a good time, and then there's that one person that's like, I'm tired. Like no, I was like, no, we're just going for it.
We're not going there.
Not going there.
You didn't give me that vibe at all once ever. I'm empathetic in that way of like, if you have bummer feet, like.
Oh no, my feet.
I don't want to take you too far.
Like,
if you're
the good
tired,
thing is that my because I swapped out my shoes, like I was feeling a lot better. That's for sure. So that was like really helpful. But like I was just like I am fucking exhausted.
You're done at that point, which reasonably, you guys went hard that week. You guys went so hard.
It was absurd how hard we went. Like, but I'm just like that's just the way that we're gonna go basically because we have like other big trips planned and like that's what those are gonna be like, so just go for it. Just fucking send it.
Yeah, fucking send it.
Yeah.
So after that we took the car to a car garage, which we reserved the night before.
Yeah, you found a great deal with that.
I can't even believe it. So you could reserve a parking spot for $20 for however much time. Essentially, I did
all day. Essentially,
I did 8:30 to 4:30, which that's 8 hours, right? Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I think it's 8 hours. Which huge. That's a huge amount of time, and it was $20. And like, if we had just gone there and paid, it would have been $10 an hour at least.
Crazy. I
think, and so it would have been like $80. We saved a chunk of change, in my opinion.
Hell yeah.
I was very proud of us on that one.
Yeah.
And then I'm all like, yes, we saved that money.
Oh, it's amazing.
Hey,
like we saved so much money.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So then we go to the wharf and we're kind of cruising and we realize, oh shit, we need to go to Alcatraz. But right before that, we went and saw some sea lions that we did revisit again later that afternoon. But they were hilarious. They're just little water dogs. You know what I mean? I don't know. They remind me of dogs.
Just barking away, fighting.
Yeah. Getting mad at each other. It was, later in the day, there was one that we saw that had a giant gouge on its back that wasn't letting anybody, like, come near it. Like, he was like all mad. I wonder what he hurt himself on. That's really sad.
Probably, like,
anyways.
Another, sea lion, most likely.
Probably
in my bed.
A little fight. Yeah. Yeah, had a little battle. And then we got in line for a ferry to Alcatraz, Azkaban.
Oh, yeah, Azkaban.
What were your thoughts of the ferry?
It was fun. I liked it. It was quite cold, but
casual.
but like of course like we planned for that because you're like on the water. But like it was super casual, super cool. Was quite fast too. Like we got there like immediately, basically.
It was like 10 minutes, maybe.
Yeah,
5, 10. I'd say closer to 10.
Yeah,
minutes.
10. And like that was awesome.
That was pretty fun. I enjoyed the ferry. I get a little seasick if I sit inside the cab of like ocean things. So thank you guys for sitting with me outside.
Of course, no,
sat where we were all comfortable too.
No.
You're like, no, but
we
really did well as staying as a group with everything. So I find that pretty awesome as well.
Hell yeah.
And then we got to Alcatraz. So how did you feel when you first saw it?
I don't really know because like I I wasn't as well versed as like you guys were, you know? I
Mm-hmm.
was like, okay, it's a prison on an island. Cool. Like I've seen like a couple of movies and
Yay.
stuff, but like I didn't know what I was getting into. I wasn't really expecting much. I was like purely there because I'm like, Jordan's so excited.
I'm
Basically.
excited too.
Yeah, I'll just be excited too. Why not?
Sure, sure.
But yeah, like it was really cool, and like the tour was really cool. Like because we got to have like these like these headphones on. Like it basically you can walk through it, and they tell you like a a a, a story, and they tell you about the area and like this and that and like that. It was just really well done because like there's not a whole lot of like talking for like other people. You just kind of silently walk around.
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was great because it sucks when like there's a bunch of people and they're being super noisy and annoying, but like you're all like with your like your little headphones on. Loved it.
There was only one baby that cried.
Yeah.
And yeah, that we were in the library and the baby was getting like upset, but like
Uh,
beyond that, we were able to get through the entire tour without like kids running around like crazy, which it's not a place for kids anyways, in my
no.
opinion. But like people have to bring their kids sometimes, like
I've
they have no choice. So.
They do have
Well, they do have a
choice.
choice,
But I feel a baby there. Like I just feel the vibes are not good for the baby. Like I don't know
and
if that's like a thing or not, but I just feel like
maybe
the vibes are not good for the baby.
like maybe that baby was feeling like the ghosties fucking with it. You know?
That's what I thought. I'm like, I don't think
Mhm.
this is a good place to bring your baby, but okay.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
do you, I guess, but
Uh-huh.
one second. I gotta go to the bathroom real quick, but I need to eat
Send it.
food before I go. Gotta eat some food before I go. I could just pass out like on the boat too, and then you can revive me. Perfect. I will BRB if you want to tell some more stories.
Sure. So when we got to Alcatraz, we got off the boat and I loved it because one of the main bosun guy who was getting the ropes on, it was his birthday. So someone inside the ferry was like, "It's his birthday. Everyone say happy birthday." So almost every single person that came out of the boat wished this guy a happy birthday, which I thought was quite precious. And then we get onto the island and they had a pretty good speaker, little state park speaker who gave an introduction to being on the park, what you can and cannot do, essentially. They're going over the protocol of it all, and then we took a little gander, took a little walk. The flowers and wildlife are just phenomenal out there. I was like, the flowers themselves were just so beautiful. So I took a lot of pictures of flowers while I was out there, which is kind of silly, but like they actually like made a point to recognize that the flowers were special. I want to say the natives brought them over, but they had their own like, it's just a very specific like kind of, they're not unique to Alcatraz, but they are beautiful flowers that grow there. And got some good pictures of that, which I thought was pretty cool. And then after we kind of perused around to see if there was anything we could see without the tour, just to kind of soak it all in. We got a couple good pictures of some old vehicles that were there. We saw the mortuary. I mean, vaguely saw the mortuary and firehouse. There were a couple of buildings that had burnt down. And we also noticed that there were like fire hydrants every 30 feet, maybe, which I felt like that was a lot for a tiny island. But maybe the hoses, like Jordan's observation was like maybe the hoses were short, or maybe that was Chelly. I don't recall who pointed that out, but one of them pointed out that maybe perhaps it was from the hoses being short. So that was a decent idea of maybe why that was going on that way. And then the cool part about the tour is you get a headset, like Chelly was just saying, that does like an audio tour. So you get that on and you press play when you get to a certain sign, and it guides you throughout the whole tour. And You get to see all the different blocks. There's like really nice ambiance to the um tour as well. And it goes over, you know, some politics about it all, some history of like inmates that were there. They actually got some inmates that, because, obviously not all, my favorite part was being closed into solitary, freaky, dark, and silent. Yeah, they didn't do like a lock you in there type of scenario this go around. I haven't done it either, but we did go into those cells where they were solitary, and just sitting there, just kind of like thinking like how it's like no wonder you'd go crazy. I mean, of course you're a criminal, so it's like you couldn't have much freedom to begin with, excuse the yawn, but it was just kind of wild to like, because not the average person isn't necessarily going to experience that heaviness of prison, thankfully. So it kind of puts in perspective of like, I don't ever want to go in a place like this. So that's kind of that was a really fun experience. And being able to see like Jordan and Shelley so excited about just how cool the space was too was really neat. And then we were just kind of going over like the tour of Alcatraz a bit, and like how the audio was really, the audio tour was just like so immersive, and
It was amazing.
it was really good.
It was like the best way to actually do that kind of thing, you know?
It's literally it's almost like a silent disco, which I've never done,
Yeah.
but I've seen that. It's like that, but touring. And it was great. I really like that experience way more than like having to control a crowd with a tour guide. I think having a self tour is like the way to go. And we did it with Jelly Belly Factory too, so we were on it. We were ready.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's really cool because obviously they highlight the three inmates that escaped. And I don't know, just seeing that whole flow and like how well they did like the bodies and stuff. Like obviously it's not exactly how they left it, because I'm sure they had to like
Investigate and
change everything and do everything, and then eventually turned it into the museum to recreate it. So, but I think they've done a really fine job just giving the perspective of what the guards went through and what the prisoners went through. I think it's pretty cool. The one thing that they didn't talk about at all, which I guess it's not necessary, but was going over the administration building and visitors and things like that. Like they had one inmate story about getting visited by his sister, but
yeah.
I don't know. I kind of was like, we should have a little tour of like what's going on in here, even though we know it's admin, but like they should explain it to people anyways. I think that's kind of was my only like meh on it. Other than that, everything was pretty much open. I don't think there were any areas shut down.
No, I don't think
that like
so,
were not
actually.
accessible. And that tour was like about 3.5 hours long or so. Like
I have no idea.
with the rides, I think. So that's a pretty solid tour. Like I thought.
Yeah.
What were some highlights for you at Alcatraz?
The
Anything?
flowers are nice.
I was saying to Goof too, because she was here that I know of because she's interacting in chat. Hi. But I was saying like I ended up taking a lot of pictures of some of the natural wildflowers there, and like the succulents and the llama trees.
Yeah.
I got a picture of the llama trees, the Dr. Seuss trees I didn't take pictures of, but like there were some crazy looking plants and trees on there, and the flowers were beautiful. There was this beautiful wall of like greenery, like vine type plant, and then these beautiful pink flowers that would just come out of them that almost resembled like daisies, but they weren't daisies, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so, but close.
Yeah. Other than that, I kept getting like a lot of Phasmophobia vibes, like we were in prison,
Yeah.
as we were in prison. But I was just like, imagine doing like a ghost hunt out here, like
Oh, spooky.
I don't think I could handle it. Well, they do night tours, but like
Next time. Next time we'll do the
I
night
think
tour.
I might have to do the night tour next time because I've done the actual. Well, I do that. I would do that tour many times over in my life. I really enjoy it. I
Yeah.
really, really enjoy it. It had been 15 years since I'd gone last.
Wow.
So, and then
That's
before
wild.
that, I went as a kid. So I've been a total of 3 times to Alcatraz, and I feel like I learn something a little new every single time I go.
That's cool.
Yeah. But this time I didn't really pay attention to any of the story about the guys who
Escaped.
escaped. Yeah, I didn't really like spend too much time like listening or paying attention to that
That's
as much as
fair.
I was like looking at other things. But yeah. And then after that, we kind of just perused the wharf for a while. We went down
Yeah.
to Pier 39 and got ourselves some lunch at Bubba Gump's. It was my first time. I broke my Bubba Gump cherry.
It's so special.
It was phenomenal. I will say I love shrimp, so I will be going again.
Good.
I really
bring the
enjoyed
whole
it.
family. Like, it's such a great place.
It's great. Lots of healthy portions,
Yeah.
meaning American portions, which means way too many, just a lot. But I felt like what we all got was reasonable. Bernie
Yeah.
got a really reasonable size. Like it looked big, but like
Yeah.
he ate all of it except for like
Some chips.
some chips, and then you and I took care of that.
Yeah. Exactly.
So that was fine. But yeah, ultimately, it was good.
I'm glad.
It's like living history. Yeah, it is. And the way they do the tour is just so good because you're not just sitting there and this like listen. Because what if the tour guide's just not into it that day? It just kind of ruins the experience. So
Yeah.
you're never gonna get a bad experience, really. I'm gonna go chop down a tree or two on this island while we're here.
Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, and then in San Francisco, we perused Pier 39, saw some more sea lions. We played,
yeah.
found some more penny smashers, kind of walked around and just experienced what like San Francisco on the wharf is like. And
Yeah, it was really
I don't
fun.
know, it was pretty neat. Yeah. A lot of just random characters of people. We sat and took breaks here and there and just people watched for like
Yeah.
15, 20 minutes here and there. And that was like really entertaining because we would see like the same people.
Yeah, going back
sometimes,
and
and then-
forth. Yeah.
Yeah, which I thought was kind of funny because I was like, huh. Like, and then we almost kind of became like walking by buddies, you know? Like, we all,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, you get like kind of you make connections with people a little bit.
Yeah.
Which I think is funny.
Where's the learning table? Oh, there it is. Found
I
it.
don't know.
Found it.
What'd you think about the wharf of San Francisco?
It was so neat. Like, it was just...
Sorry,
it was
bees.
so... I don't know. It was so fun. Like, not gonna lie. I was just having a blast the entire time.
Yeah.
At, like, every stage. Like, I was just having a blast everywhere we went.
It was a lot of fun. There was a lot of good things to see.
Good things to eat.
Good things to eat.
Sea
Ooh,
lions.
we got some gelato.
Yeah, we did.
Um,
So good.
Yes, and we, the sea lions. Oh, how could I forget? Okay, so we're kind of nearing towards the end of our like walking around the city flow. We're kind of getting to the point where we need to go get our rental car to the garage, and you know, we kind of debated on taking the cable cars
Yeah.
and chose not to. So then we were like walking down back to the wharf, and we saw this big submarine, and Jordan
Yeah.
was super into it, and
Oh, he was
so
pumped.
he went and kind of walked and checked it out for a bit. And Shelly and I are sitting there, and she's just like, right before he's like goes off to the submarine, she points out, "Hey, that seagull has a crab," and we're like, "Whoa!" Like fascinated. Nat Geo, here we are. So
Exactly.
Jordan carries on his flow, and you and me are sitting there, and we're watching this seagull
Just eat this crab.
just start ripping this crab apart. And this crab's like alive, like
Like
obviously.
it's like
He's
like get away from
I'm
me.
gonna get you. But the seagull like put him on his back, right?
Yeah.
This woman comes up and she's got her phone and she's like, "Oh my god, like that's so mean!" And she's starting to panic that the crab is getting eaten, right?
Yeah.
And like, Yeah, I felt a little bit of that sentiment too, like the poor
Nah,
crab, but also a little bit of like
that's life.
nature is what nature is. Like, anyways, so she says, "Stop, stop!" Like to the seagull, like, "Don't do that." And I go, I know it's pretty crazy seeing wild nature do its wild thing, right? Like at least it's not trash. Base is exactly
Yeah,
like I
yeah,
think
that's
what I
exactly
said.
what you said.
And she was just like kind of quiet, and then she ended up coming around near us and like filming the bird eating the crab. I'm sorry. I'm still. I think about that. That lives in my head.
I love
Still,
that.
like often that freaking crab just got munched so quickly and so
Yeah.
just intensely. We were just like, wow, this is happening right now. Like
Yeah,
what?
like he like took that crab apart. I loved it.
And there was nothing left of the crab,
No.
for the record. Nothing left of the crab. Um, so that was pretty funny. But like at that point, we kind of like killed time because the flight was at 9, but you guys needed to be there around 6:37.
Yeah.
So we tried to get out of downtown smoothly, which was never smooth with
It was
traffic.
it wasn't the worst.
It could be way worse, but
Oh yeah, I
regardless, they had
bet.
like a bunch of like roads closed.
Yeah.
GPS took us down this weird alley
Yeah.
where there were a bunch of like people high on drugs, and we were all just like, the car's locked, right? You know, like kind of it was a little weird there for a sec, but we got ourselves out of this town or out of the city fairly smoothly considering.
Yeah.
It was chaotic, that's for sure. And then we took a quick trip to the ocean just to kind of like get away from it all, the hustle and bustle, and
Yeah.
hung out for a minute, and then parted ways shortly after that, which was
Yeah.
a bummer. But also, it was your guys' last day, and I think y'all were ready to get in your own beds, take your own fucking showers,
Oh my
like
lord.
see your
Our bed
Patrick.
was so fucking comfortable that night. Like, it's never been so good. Never.
I love that. I'm so glad that you had a good night's sleep. I'm
Oh,
so glad. Now tell us about your travels home.
the travels home. Well, like we got there and like we're like, because like we found our gate and we're like, okay, let's go grab some food because like we don't really need food right now, but we're gonna get home late and we don't want to like order food or anything like that. So like, let's just find some food. So like we found a nice sandwich shop that made some pretty kick-ass
Nice.
sandwiches. So like we ate half of them there, and then on the flight we ate the other half, and like the whole time like we're just like, there's not a lot of people around our gate, which we're like, that's weird because Jordan always keeps an eye on like the flight to like see like how full the flight's gonna be. And for the last few months, it's been saying it's like jam packed. It's full. Like it's a
Wow.
full flight home. And then we're like, oh dear Lord, full flight home. Oh my God, that's gonna be terrible. And then like there just
Exhausting.
isn't that like there's normally people there like waiting like they're just there, you know. And
Yeah.
and there wasn't a lot of people, and we're like, okay, maybe they're like like they're all late, maybe. And then like the flight, like we're onboarding and this and that, and then all of a sudden like a couple people trickle on, and more couple people, and then we're like, is this it? And yeah, there was
What's
like
happening?
like what's happening, because like
Yeah.
there was like most likely 30 people on this flight, and we're like, fuck yeah, because like
Such
the
a low number.
exactly,
Love it.
the host, like the hostesses or whatever they're called, we're like, go ahead guys, pick a lane basically.
This is for you.
Yeah, and then so I picked like the like the one I'm next to, I'm Jordan, and then of course like that spot was actually like it actually belonged to like another person. Fine, so I swap out seats, and then that seat was like, oh, that seat's mine. I'm like, fine, and then I go find another row. So like hop in rows because I'm staying in my own row.
I'm having my own space.
And then yeah, so then they close up the doors and they're like, we're ready to go, and like we're like, woo, this is the best flight ever. So like we're just kind of chilling. I laid down. Jordan did too. We took naps.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And then the flight was like super quick. Like it was, I think 2 hours.
That's really quick.
Yeah. And then we got back home. We had to go through like all of the customs bullshit, which took like no time at all.
Great.
We got home around.
Love to hear that.
Around like I think like midnight, 1 o'clock maybe.
That's not too bad.
And then we came in and Patrick was screaming, telling us all of the stories, so happy, purring, rolling around, and then we like had a shower, of course, because got to wipe off the everything.
The travel.
The travel dust, you know. And then we went to bed, and it was a great sleep. Even though the boy was like waking me up like the entire night, I still had a really good sleep.
That's
and
good.
Then and then we went I'm grocery shopping, back to real life, and then today was our first day back at work.
Love it.
Wild week.
What a week.
What a week.
What a freaking week. I love it.
Me too. It was so fun. I had an absolute blast, and it was so fun to meet you guys, and on our night there, like we all cooked.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We all
yes.
like you cooked a brisket, or what was that again?
Sorry, I think now every time I think of a brisket is you guys boiling
that fucking biscuit. Yeah, brisket. Yeah.
No, it was a tri-tip, which is still a hunk of beef meat. So
you cooked it beautifully.
Thank
beautifully.
You.
Like even now, like I'm just like that.
So nervous.
That was so good. I was
so
delicious.
Worried.
Nah.
It turned out well, and you picked out a delicious marinade for it, which was a honey bourbon, I think is what it was. Yeah.
Delicious. That was so yummy.
That was such a great meal night because my whole little family joined you guys, and we all like contributed. You guys made the taco salad, and I brought a potato salad. It was like pretty straightforward meat and potatoes and salads. Like
yeah,
it was good.
So good.
It was good.
And like the kids, like
it was delicious.
They like had a blast. Like they were eating their little like hot dogs and their salad. Like they were having a good time.
They really enjoyed seeing you guys too. I think they were like, "Whoa, like
these people are real."
I'm like, yeah, when I go do the thing and the stuff, and they're like, "Oh,
yeah,
they do exist."
Yes, exactly.
So, yeah,
so funny.
It was a good time. I'm really glad that you guys chose to plan to make that trip and
hell yeah,
visit. That was a really, really good experience.
I had so much fun. Like all of it, like you guys, and just all of it was just so good. And Disney. I don't know, Disney and Universal and like San Francisco, and then just the Jelly Belly factory.
That was a big highlight for us. Jelly Belly.
Jelly Belly was great.
That was the most fun I had in a long time. Just the Jelly Belly factory.
Good.
The whole experience was a lot of fun, but that was just like
that was something special. I feel something really special.
We had so much fun, but didn't realize like the time that had gone by.
Yeah,
and that's when you know
which is
it's
special.
A really good experience. Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's so special. So I'm very grateful that we got to have that experience. So thank you guys for coming down. And
well, thank you for having us and also arranging a place. Like that was awesome.
For sure. Absolutely. Anytime. As long as I have this career.
Yeah. Exactly.
I could probably still make things happen though. You guys got to experience a little bit of my small town.
Oh yeah, people were like talking
flow.
like left, right, and center. Like you're basically famous there. Like that's how I view it. You're basically famous. For like what? I don't know, but like you're basically famous.
For just like being a well-known family in the area, I guess. Like I don't
That's
know, but
famous to me.
it's funny.
Like, damn, like there's people coming up like everywhere, like popping up, be like, hey, blah 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 blah.
Oh, hey, Jerica, I didn't hear it. It's like, oh boy. Then we got like, saw when you guys first got into town, this like, people I've known forever, but it doesn't matter. Homegirls like definitely had one too many cocktails, you can tell. They're buying more like whiskey. Hubby's like, tell her that story real quick. And it's just like, she starts telling me this, and it's like, I have literally been existing with Chelly and Jordan for 2 hours at the most at this point. And she's just sucking my life away with this near-death experience story out of nowhere because she saw me and thought of my mom and how she died. And I'm just sitting here like,
Oh my lord.
this is not the time or place for this conversation. There's a time and place for this conversation, and this is not it. This is not it at all. Like in a house or a front yard or something is a way better place than in a grocery store at the liquor aisle where I'm trying to like not talk to you.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so
Jesus.
quite the adventure. Quite the adventure. Yeah. I wouldn't consider myself famous, but definitely known in town, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely known. It was so funny. We had back to school night yesterday, and Kona stayed home with the kids, and I went by myself. And I went to Ella's classroom first because I wanted to get a feel of this teacher. Because when I first met her, she was like kind of off a little bit. Like she avoided us, Kona and I both, and we felt like not stoked because obviously you see how I'm interacted with in town. Like not like I'm famous. Special. But I don't give you a reason to not interact with me that way. So I was like, wait, what's going on? Like, let's talk. And anyway, so this go around, I'm realizing that that this teacher, especially when having to talk in front of people, like her little cheeks were getting red. So I think she had like anxiety and a little nervous.
New, like she's kind of new, maybe.
She's new to that grade because she used to teach 5th grade. Grade 5 prior to that for several years, and then took a year off and lived in Australia with her family.
Oh, wow.
So she comes back to teach tiny children with low attention spans, and she's just trying to get her wits about her, right? So that's completely fair. So I kind of just got a better understanding of like who she was, which was nice. And then I go into John's classroom, which I missed that whole teacher's meeting, but she is my favorite teacher, and I'm so stoked that John got her. She's new, and her daughter went to school with Ella.
Oh, nice.
And her family is just, like, super rad. So I go in a little late, and there's this one other mom there. There's 2 moms, specifically. One I cannot stand, and one that I, like, am learning that I'm going to love. Mm-hmm. And the one I could not stand, I come into the classroom, and you can tell she, like, cringes when I come into a room she's in. Ugh, that's weird. She just makes me feel the same way. Like, there she is. And unfortunately, John and her son like each other. So I can tell we're both like,
you're kind of trapped.
You know? Yeah, which is fine. I get it. You know, I can still be like Garrett. So I will still invite her kid to my son's birthday, but my kid won't get invited to her son's birthday.
Oh, that's fucked.
It's that kind of thing. Yeah.
But
and there has been zero reason. She's just super judgmental towards me.
That shouldn't matter though. Like the kids are friends. That's that. It doesn't it doesn't really matter if you don't like her or she doesn't like you, but like that's weird.
I'll fucking grin and bear it and just do it. I'll do the mom thing. I don't have to interact with you, but for our kids, I sure shit will.
Yeah.
Of course. Anyways. So I go in, the little speech or whatever the teacher did is done. They kind of just go over the schedule of the day, like what to expect. It's all the same for everyone at that age anyways. So it's only you're going over your kid's personal shit that day. Mm-hmm. So the mom that I like interacted with barely last year when it came to the scarecrow Kona and I volunteered to make for the class, which was awesome. It was like a woodland wizard. And I think the kids all named it Roxanne. I don't know where that came from, that name, but I think it's hilarious. And anyways, She looks at me from across the classroom after the teacher's done talking because I like snuck in real quick and I sat in the back and or stood in the back and like just waited. And it was over pretty quickly. And she goes, "You and me, we're doing the scarecrow this year, right?" Like kind of wanting me there, and it made me feel so good because the mean mom was like, I don't know, just stick up the butt, stick in the mud, just not.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's not. I don't know. So yeah, and then I sat around and talked to the teacher and the chick who wants to do the scarecrow with me for a little bit, and it was fun. So it was nice, and I signed up for a couple volunteer days for both the kids this year. Last year I did not. I was also like realizing like, why didn't I last year? And I'm like, oh yeah, because like I was still not okay from like things that had been going on in my world, in my life, and there was no way I was going to be capable even to be a kind person to these children while they were doing art projects together. I was like, not kind, but just like there and involved,
patience,
you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really fun and exciting. So that's like the update post trip on my world that I thought was pretty fun. And we're coming up to another big island that we get to start on next time.
Yeah,
That's exciting.
Exactly.
I love
was
it.
Damn, let's go.
Yeah, it's what we did. It's gonna be like, wait, did we do anything last game?
Exactly. We just kind of arrived here again.
Yeah. So yeah, and that was pretty fun. Yeah, it's a disappointing thing when you come across a parent that just doesn't buckle down and just you fake it to get through it, you know?
That's weird.
So yeah, it is what it is. But definitely weird lady.
Yeah.
I love it because I have a couple parent friends because in our kids get actually Ella plays with their son more than John does now, but I was telling them I broke down. I felt like I could trust them, and I just broke down and was like, I do not like so and so's mom, and they were like, really? And then another mom I had talked about had a really terrible experience with her too, without me saying shit, and I was like, I knew it. Like, I knew that chick was, because that other lady was like really nice. So it's anyways, I got this whole like posse of people
just hating on this chick. I love it.
And I don't want her to be like hated by any means, but I also like
don't be a bitch.
Don't want to be around her, and it sucks. I was so bummed because like all of John's like friends except for that friend was in the other class.
Oh, that's
so
sad.
It's like we're kind of and he had a little bit of anxiety about it.
We're kind of starting new then, basically.
A little, but like he had a lot of the same female classmates in his class, so that was familiar to him. So that made him feel comfortable as well. Like he's got this one little girl who has the same birthday as my mom, and they like she tells her parents like all the time that she's gonna marry John, and I died laughing. I was like, oh geez, I don't know about that. But okay,
maybe though.
Anyways, yeah, that's my family update on that one. Just funny little
love it
back to school night, just drama. Oh man.
Jeez.
And thankfully the chick didn't sign up for any of the volunteers. I think I kind of took over the table when I was like there, because she kind of looked like she was gonna go peruse it, and then me and the mom and the teacher were just like gabbing it up.
Yeah.
And she just kind of left, so maybe she'll come back and volunteer.
Loser.
She'll just pick days I'm not there, which is fine with me because I don't want to be a teammate with someone who literally won't say hi to me in the grocery store when our kids are there, even to fake it. Like, I just think it's silly.
Yeah, that's just weird.
I think it's silly. It's a small town. Everyone fucking knows me. Like, everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
Really, like, just put a fake face on. Anyways, so, yeah. That's my update on life. Are you diving in?
No, I'm gonna stay on land because I keep on I'm spawning in I'm in the water, and I want to see what goes on if I'm on land.
Interesting. I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand here like I'm close still, but I want to see if I'm gonna just be trapped like I'm in the ground or something.
I'm gonna save. Ooh, I should eat. Hold on, let me eat. I just
Yeah,
realized I
eat
have
some
like, no
food.
food. Let me eat, just put a little bit in my character's tummy so I'm not starting off like
Like
I'm gonna eat
starving.
one of these.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. I cooked those fish for us because I'm like, we need some more like big meats.
Yeah, because I figure I wasn't sure. I've just been fishing and just sticking them in there because you were doing a lot of meal planning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, saying that out loud. And I wasn't sure if the salmon and catfish were part of it.
Um, one of them is, but I, I gotta buy I'm a turmeric, and I'm like, I'm not buying turmeric. Fuck that.
Okay.
So yeah,
All
feel free
right, I'm
to cook
gonna
those guys
exit.
up.
Perfect. Okay, so when I get the salmon and catfish,
The where do
just
I
make sure to
spawn
cook
test? I
those.
know because I keep on spawning. I'm in the water, even though I'm on the boat. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll go on land and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, I'm glad we got to do this on the Wawta Wednesday. It was
yeah,
nice.
how exciting
Yeah. Yeah, it was like pissing rain, and Kona was like, I don't
was
want to go do
it?
this. Yeah, he was like, I don't want to. I just kind of like hunkered down at home and chilled. I'm
Nice,
like, okay, cool. We'll just stick to our normal Wednesday, Thursday schedule.
perfect.
Goofy and I are set for Saturday still because I am watching a friend of mine's kids so they can go have their anniversary dinner on
Oh,
Friday.
nice, that's adorable.
Yeah, who is also a good friend of John's. So that'll be a cool little play date action. Although it's like from 5:30 to 8:30, so I'm like, okay, my kids are going to bed late that night. That'll be fine.
Yeah, and then they
They
got
won't go to bed till like 9,
I'm
9:30.
I'm I'm soccer in the morning.
Soccer, dancing soccer. And I think this Saturday we're gonna go to a local Oktoberfest as well. Right
Nice.
by Fanny Bridge. There's like a
Ooh, and like now I know where that is.
you know where that is. I never really talked about Fanny Bridge in the past. I kind of
No,
didn't think about it
no.
because it's people don't. Okay, so they built like a walking path behind the dam, so people don't really use Fanny Bridge as much anymore.
Oh,
It's kind of sad. So
LeMay.
like it's out of sight, out of mind. And those roundabouts.
Yeah,
Anyway,
those roundabouts.
and that darn grocery store that
God,
has new things going on in it.
yeah, the drama of grocery stores. Love it.
Oh my life. Well, right on. Rest well, everyone,
You
and
too.
have a
Well,
happy Wada
we'll
Wednesday.
see you guys probably next Wednesday. Probably.
Yeah,
Most
probably.
likely. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
night, guys. I'm tired. I
good
need to
night.
shower and go to bed. I'm tired.
Same. I'm feeling it. I'm totally feeling it. I got a
I'm
big day at
feeling
work
it.
tomorrow too. So
Oh, fun. Let's
yeah. Well, I
go.
took today off, so I kind of had to squeeze everything in tomorrow, which is fine. It
Ah,
was worth it. It was
yeah.
worth it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, y'all.
Oh.
Have a good one.
Bye, everyone. Bye, bye,
Bye.
bye. Mute our